Hey everyone, welcome back to ONYX Pages. Okay, so I'm kind of vlogging. I am so excited because we are going to Fan Expo, which is the Canadian version of Comic-Con. Although maybe the Fan Expo people want to just be known as Fan Expo as opposed to the Canadian version of anything.
Yes.
Anyway, so I'm going to Fan Expo, which is a fan celebration convention in Toronto. I believe it's the biggest one. And I just happened to find out a couple of weeks ago that LeVar Burton was going to be present. And I'm very excited about that. I purchased a photo op with LeVar Burton, and Tommy has one. Are you okay?
Yep.
Tommy has one as well. And I'm going to be meeting LeVar Burton, which is amazing. So the reason why I'm really happy about meeting him is because when I was growing up in a decade, Star Trek The Next Generation was the shit. It was the space show, the space television show that I watched and also that you watched. Yeah. So it was, I was religious about it. I would watch Star Trek The Next Generation, and then on another day of the week I would also watch like the original Star Trek, because for a bit both could be watched on different channels. And I remember loving Lieutenant Geordi LaForge, and I was always very curious about him as a character. Obviously, he was the only black character. Well, no, it was him and then the one who played Worf. And then later on we had Guinan, and then of course before we had Uhuru, but thanks, empathy. So but he was my favorite character because Worf wasn't human, right? So he was Geordi LaForge was like this engineer. He would always be in the science wing doing all these sciencey things, and he had that visor, and I didn't understand what that was all about. And I just remember watching him and feeling like, oh, there are smart black people on this ship. And so I can be a smart black person on a ship somewhere, right? It was very, very meaningful that he was there. Now, I know from learning about Nichelle, I think her last name is Nichelle, oh, what is her last name? The one who played Uhuru, I think it's Williams, but it might not be. But she recently passed away. But learning about her experience and how she wanted to quit Star Trek, and then Martin Luther King said to her, girl, you can't be quitting because generations of black people need to see a black woman in space. So yes, you're going through this difficult time, but you are trailblazing, so keep up with it. And she did. And then came Geordi and others, and I can definitely say thank you to Martin Luther King because it was very meaningful to me to have Geordi LaForge, right? It was meaningful for me to have him and he had a broad nose and big lips and dark skin and afros. This is when we were okay with dark skinned people being the center of attention in the 80s and the 90s. And so I just I'm really happy about meeting him. And then also I'm also part of the Reading Rainbow generation. So not only did we have LeVar Burton as Lieutenant Geordi LaForge, we also had LeVar Burton on Reading Rainbow, and I was one of, I'm so excited. I was one of the people who, oh my gosh, Nissan Maxima, calm down. Y'all, I need to meet LeVar. Do not get in an accident. People are wild in these streets. You'd think it was the last weekend of summer in downtown Toronto.
It is.
And so I loved watching him on Reading Rainbow because this is a dark-skinned black man reading. What more did you need growing up as a kid and listening to him read, listening to him, the way he pronounced words, and how his love of stories, it was just normalized for me. And there were maybe one or two other, there was a moment in children's television in the 80s and the 90s where you actually did have Black people on like Sesame Street and stuff. So if you watched the Jetsons and didn't see any Black people, or you could then watch Star Trek: The Next Generation and be like, oh, we're actually there, right?
Yeah, we were imagined.
We were imagined. We were part of the future. And then like something happened in the 90s and the early aughts, and now and you know, we're in a different place now. But I will say that I am so grateful to LeVar Burton. I don't know what he went through on the set. I don't know what kind of racism he had to deal with casting agents. And I know that, you know, if I watched Star Trek TNG again now, oh, there's a protest. I would definitely see really problematic things. But hold on, can they see it? No, I can't turn. Oh, I can turn my camera around. Okay, so there's a protest. That's what I'm seeing. Anyway, I know that if I watched it now, I would notice some of the racism and sexism and homophobia and ableism, of course, with Geordie's character, because, you know, I believe that he was blind, and the visor assisted him to see. I don't know very much about the visor, but I used to get, they used to have these banana clips. They were on Vogue when I was younger, and I used to get the banana clips and put them across my eyes and pretend that I was Geordie LaForge.
I did that.
You did that too?
But I wish they would have done more around awareness around visual impairments.
Yes.
And yeah.
So there's a lot to say about Geordie LaForge. There's a lot to say about Star Trek: The Next Generation and any kind of space show and Afrofuturism. But Geordie LaForge was one of my first. Oh, okay, you can see people walking down the street. There's a lot of people. Hold on, let me see if you can see some people. There are a lot of people in costume. I don't know if you can see the cosplayers, but there's one. I don't know who this person is, but who she's dressed up as. But hold on, you can see people walking down the street in their costumes, going to Fan Expo. But anyway, I don't even know what I was saying, but he was kind of like my Afrofuturism. Are you gonna see? Oh, there's a game here, but all these people are walking to the convention center. Oh, there's some people there.
This is where I should have parked.
Yeah, so anyway, we have to find some parking, but oh, there's some more cosplayers. So hold on.
I just drove right by the parking.
But yeah, see, people just walking the streets wearing costumes and stuff. So our photo op is going to be at 11:40. I have 45. We're going to get some parking, and then I'm going to go and meet LeVar Burton. So that is a thing that's happening right now. Thank you for hanging out with us for a bit, and I hope you have a great day. Remember to read with purpose, and I will share some of the experience of meeting LeVar Burton in Toronto. Okay, bye everyone. Here's some footage. Look, there's some. Oh, her costume is so nice.
Do you want to get up here? Because I now have to find a place to park.
Okay, I'll get up. Bye everybody.